Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Spotlight. I'm joined here with a couple members of the cast from the Evil Dead musical. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem. So, Evil Dead musical. How does that happen? Who wants to take the lead here? Let's start with Pete.
Sure. Well, it's just a campy, comical parody of the movie. You take bits of the second movie, guys, Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly.
Put some fun, catchy sing-along tunes, some doo-wop, some best songs of the past 10 years.
Okay.
Backstreet Boys.
And a ton of blood.
Ton of blood. Yeah,
A ton of
Well,
blood.
everybody likes blood and everybody likes gore. Now, speaking of blood, I've heard there's something called the Splash Zone. Splatter Zone.
Yeah.
See? Thank you for correcting me. The Splatter Zone. Who wants to tell me a little bit about the Splatter Zone?
The first 4 rows of the theater itself, it's the splatter zone. What it is you will be probably covered head to toe in blood by the end of the show.
Okay.
So when, say for example, someone gets shot, the blood will also end on the audience and on them
nice.
as well. So we even had someone wear a shirt that was solid white with a target on it. So we know who's ready for the blood, and we're willing to give it.
Now, at this point in time, I guess it's my job to say this is a rated R show.
Definitely.
You know, it is not for all audiences, but for the people who know the Evil Dead movies, from the past, the zombie movies, and they'll be able to appreciate this. And it's Halloween, so it's cool we talk about this kind of stuff. So. So the Splatter Zone is the first 4 rows in the theater.
First 4 rows.
It's a blast to splash people with all that
And
blood.
so
It is.
Do you think there's people out there who don't know if they're in the first 4 rows?
No.
Or are they?
You know.
We want the Splatter Zone seats that people are asking for.
We post a lot of signs saying,
Okay.
hey, by the way,
Be
plus
ready.
the first 4 rows of the audience are actually covered in hefty bags, like the seats
Okay.
are hefty bag.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's kind of a clue, right?
So if you're sitting in the first 4, don't show up in your mink coat.
Right.
Fancy dress.
Although we did have people showing up in all white clothes, at least
Ready
last
for
year.
Right.
There was somebody who sat in the 3rd row and she had a T-shirt on that's in Sharpie. She wrote, "I'll bet you can't hit me back here."
Okay.
So it was game on.
We got it.
Yeah.
You did get her, so there you go. Now tell me a little bit about, a little more about the people who are going to be coming to see the show. What should they expect? I mean, obviously the first 4 rows, the splatter, okay, that's cool. But should they come in costume? Do you see a lot of people doing that, or is it more?
They can
What
come
are
in
you seeing?
costume. We had a lot of people show up in costume last year.
Okay.
As we get closer to Halloween, I assume we'll see more and more of that.
People,
But yeah, we encourage people to show up in costume, but they don't have to.
Okay.
Just find something
We'll
white
take all
that's sustainable.
types. Yeah. All types.
Okay, now I want to learn a little bit more about kind of the show without giving too much away. Why don't you tell me, we'll start with you, we'll start with what character you're playing, and kind of, tell me what kind of a character that person is.
The character I play is Ash, and he's like an everyman, good guy, hero at the end.
Right.
But he's like the most person you wouldn't find. He would want to encounter something like this.
Okay.
The Necronomicon, Book of the Dead.
Right.
And well, unfortunately, he and his friends do and unleash a tumultuous amount of evil. So.
Okay, and we'll go up to Tara.
I actually play 2 characters. So I play Shelly. She's kind of the bimbo of the group who shows up, and I'll just say she ends up pretty bloody. I'm a demon after that as well. And then I also play Annie, which is from Evil Dead 2, and
Okay.
she's the professor's daughter who is the only one who can actually read the Necronomicon and stop all the evil. So.
All right, and Molly?
I'm Cheryl, and I'm Ash's little sister. And I start out kind of nerdy and think that I would go crazy, but end up having a spin get taken over by Kandarian demons. And I'm the punny one of the group. And as the show progresses, I just am crazy throughout it. So
Okay.
demonized, and so.
Sounds fun. And?
I play good old reliable Jake.
Okay.
And start off as kind of a jack of all trades, kind of a, and it turns out I'm a huge coward. So, yeah.
Of course, the irony is always fun.
Yeah.
And I know we have a couple clips from that show. I know I thought we might have some lined up here. Yeah, there you go. So here's a little bit of what we've kind of been talking about, a little singing and dancing. How exactly does something like this get choreographed when you're basically kind of making the script yourselves almost, right? Because it wasn't a musical at first, right?
Well,
I mean,
it was made into
a zombie
musical,
script, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me.
There's such a variety of music within the show, which is really cool. And then this one kind of leads you through the dance anyways. It's taking a lot of, it's taking a lot of different dances from the past 10 years and things like that. So, and that just...
And Molly actually was our choreographer. So,
Really?
So when you're talking dance moves, that's the link
Yeah,
to talk to.
bring me through the dance moves. I mean, when you're trying to, I guess, eventually what happens is people are killing zombies and stuff like that. How do you dance while you're doing that?
Well, we also had a fight choreographer that came in and
very
kind
cool.
of walked us through all of the different, types
Stabbings.
of fighting and making sure that we were doing it safely and everything.
Okay, that's good.
So we did have the fight choreographer, and then I took care of the actual
Song.
Dance.
bubblegummy
Yes.
dancey stuff. So
Very cool, very cool.
yeah.
And now, when is this going to be playing? I know it's
Sure. Oh, no, it's
the whole rest of October.
already
right?
playing yet through October 29th.
Right. Thursday,
Thursday.
Friday,
Thursday,
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
8 o'clock shows through the 29th.
through the 29th. And then tell me a little bit about your theater group out of Ferndale, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
Once Cake Theater at the
Okay.
Ringwald Theater, which usually they take place, or all their shows are in downtown Ferndale, 9
Okay.
in Woodward. And but they've partnered with Olympia Entertainment for this particular production. So we're
Very
at the
cool.
City Theater in downtown Detroit, which has been a real treat to be down there performing.
It's a great space.
And but the Ringwald itself does a whole bunch of avant-garde, different some things that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Okay.
It's quite a little treat, little gem of Ferndale, if you
Right.
would.
Everything in Ferndale is just a little gem.
Yes, agreed. So
Well, that's great. And do you guys have anything lined up as far as winter, spring shows go?
Hedwig and the Angry Inch
Yep.
premieres this weekend. Actually, opens
Oh,
on
cool.
Friday and it runs for 4 weekends. So and they
At
do
the
shows
Ringwald.
at the Ringwald in Ferndale.
Very cool.
And it's Friday through Monday. They actually do Monday evening shows as well.
So actors can go.
So exactly, it's fantastic.
Very good.
And now back to The Evil Dead. We were talking a little bit before the show about how actually we're getting some of the actors and some of the choreographers and stuff like that, and art design, who like people who built the props for the original movie are actually coming now to see the show. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
It was set up through Olympia Entertainment.
Okay.
And they actually had, we had Tom Sullivan, who designed the original Necronomicon from the movies.
Okay.
And he also designed the dagger that they use. And he was there, and he was doing a Q&A after the show. And,
Very cool.
he had some autographs and things that he was doing outside. And he had the actual book and the dagger displayed on the table.
From the original movies.
The
Really
original
cool.
movies.
And how long ago were these movies? 80s we're talking, right?
The first one was made in 1981.
Okay.
I believe the second one was made in 1987.
87, yeah.
And then the third movie, Army of Darkness, I think was 91. Was it 91?
I think
Somewhere around there.
around there.
Somewhere early 90s.
Yeah.
And were you guys fans of the movies before you guys found out about the musical? You wanna
I
tell me
was a
little bit of-
fanatical fan. I was the kid sitting in the theater who saw it, 6 times. And I kept telling all my friends, "Oh, dude, you got to come see this movie." And so, yeah, I was a little fanatical about it.
And Molly?
I actually don't like anything scary or bloody usually, so it's totally out of my element to be part of this, but it has
Okay.
been an amazing experience and just a blast to be a part of. So they laugh at me because I get excited about all the blood now. So
Yeah.
All right, well, it sounds very cool, and it sounds like things have been going very well for you so far, and hopefully everything is great, going into the upcoming shows. So once again, it is going to be now through October 29th at the City Theater, which is attached right to
It's in
Hockey
Hockey
Town.
Town.
Hockey Town. And, go out there, check them out. I want to thank you guys for being on. It was a pleasure meeting everybody. And I hope we'll be able to come out there. We'll definitely have to come see the show.
Totally.
Sounds good.
All right, well, thank you guys for being on. Stick around. There's more Spotlight coming right up. Coming up next, Becca gives us the word. Coming up later, a musical performance by What Happens in Vegas. Do not turn that dial. The Spotlight will be right back.